above all powers, above all kings, above all nature and all created things, above all wisdom and all the ways of man. You were here before the world began.
Jesus came to this world to save sinners like you and me. On Good Friday, we celebrate that He voluntarily gave up His life on the cross to redeem everyone who believes in Him from the eternal wrath of God. On Easter Sunday, we'll celebrate that His Father recognized His sacrifice by resurrecting Him again. But this is not only a story. This really happened. The Roman soldiers crucified Jesus and made Him suffer from His injuries until He suffocated for us. Even though He knew how hard it would be, Jesus chose to do it for you and me out of His own free will.
Above all powers, above all kings, above all nature and all created things, above all wisdom and all the ways of man. You were here before the world began. Above all kingdoms, above all thrones, above all wonders the world has ever known, above all wealth and treasures of the earth, there's no way to measure what you're worth. And laid behind a stone, you lived to die, rejected and alone, like a rose trampled on the ground. You took the fall and thought of me above all.
The Gospel of John records the following testimony from Jesus in chapter 10 from verse 11. I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd lays down his life for the sheep. And from verse 14, I am the good shepherd. I know my sheep, and my sheep know me. Just as the Father knows me, and I know the Father, and I lay down my life for the sheep. I have other sheep that are not of this sheep pen. I must bring them also. They too will listen to my voice, and there shall be one flock and one shepherd. The reason why my Father loves me is that I lay down my life, only to take it up again. No one takes it from me, but I lay it down of my own accord.
On a hill far away stood an old rugged cross, the emblem of suffering and shame. And I love that old cross where the dearest and best for a world of lost sinners was slain. So I'll cherish the old rugged cross till my trophies at last reproach gladly bear. Then he'll call me someday to my home far away, where his glory forever I'll share. And I'll cherish the old rugged cross till my trophies at last I lay down. And I will cling to the old rugged cross and exchange it someday for a crown. Yeah, I will cling to the old rugged cross and exchange it someday for a crown.
When laying down his life for the world to be saved, Jesus hung on the cross for about 6 hours. During that time of intense suffering, he spoke 7 times. These last words of Jesus were recorded in the 4 Gospels. When they came to the place called the Skull, there they crucified him, along with the criminals, one on his right, the other on his left. Jesus said,
Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing.
and they divided up his clothes by casting lots.
As he stood accused, beaten, mocked, and scorned, bowing to their Father's will, he took a crown of thorns. And oh, that rugged cross, now my soul cries out, hallelujah, praise and honor. Sent of heaven, God's own Son, to purchase and redeem and reconcile the very ones who nailed him to that tree. Oh, that rugged cross, my salvation, where your love poured out over me. Now my soul cries out, hallelujah, praise and honor to thee. Now my debt is paid, it is paid in full by the precious blood, and my Jesus paid. Now the curse of sin has no hold on me. Whom the Son sets free, oh, is free indeed. Now my debt is paid, it is paid in full by the precious blood. Let my Jesus fill. Now the curse of sin has no hold on me. Whom the Son sets free, oh, is free indeed. Oh, that rugged cross, my salvation, where your love poured out over me. Now my soul cries out, hallelujah, praise and honor unto you.
One of the criminals who hung there hurled insults at him. Aren't you the Christ? Save yourself and us. But the other criminal rebuked him. Don't you fear God, he said, since you are under the same sentence? We are punished justly, for we are getting what our deeds deserve. But this man has done nothing wrong. Then he said, Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom. Jesus answered him,
I tell you the truth. Today you will be with me in paradise.
Near the cross of Jesus stood his mother's sister, Mary the wife of Clopas, and Mary Magdalene. When Jesus saw his mother there and the disciple whom he loved standing nearby, he said to his mother,
Dear woman, here is your son.
and to the disciple.
Here is your mother.
From that time on, the disciple took her into his home. From the 6th hour until the 9th hour, darkness came over all the land. About the 9th hour, Jesus cried out in a loud voice,
Eloi, Eloi, lama sabachthani.
which means,
My God, why have you forsaken me?
How deep the Father's love for us, how vast beyond all measure, that He should give His only Son to make a wretch His treasure. How great the pain of searing loss! The Father turns His face away, as wounds which mar the chosen one bring many sons to glory.
Behold the man upon a cross, my sin upon his shoulders. Ashamed, I hear my mocking voice call out among the scoffers.
It was my sin that held Him there until it was accomplished. His dying breath has brought me life. I know that it is finished. I will not boast in anything, no gifts, no power, no wisdom, but I will boast in Jesus Christ, His death and resurrection. Why should I I gain from his reward? I cannot give an answer, but this I know with all my heart: his wounds have paid my ransom. Why should I gain from his reward? I cannot give an answer.
But this I know with all my heart: his wounds have paid my ransom.
Later, knowing that all was completed, and so that the scripture would be fulfilled, Jesus said,
I am thirsty.
A jar of vinegar was there, so they soaked a sponge in it, put the sponge on a stalk of the hyssop plant, and lifted it up to Jesus' lips. When he had received the drink, Jesus said,
It is finished.
With that he bowed his head and gave up his spirit. Jesus called out in a loud voice,
Father, into your hands I commit my spirit.
When he had said this, he breathed his last. The centurion, seeing what had happened, praised God and said, Surely this was a righteous man.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Through many dangers, toils, and snares, I have already come. 'Tis grace that brought me safe thus far, and grace will lead me home. When we've been hit and was blind, but now I see. Was blind, but now I see.
Jesus proclaimed that he laid down his life of his own accord. May hearing his last words again remind and encourage everyone to acknowledge how much Jesus loved the world.